Every legend has a story. Welcome to Goal Uncovered. There are great strikers. And then there was Thierry Henry, a player who combined speed, elegance, intelligence, and effortless finishing like no one before him. But how did a young winger from France become the King of Highbury? On August 17, 1977, Thierry Daniel Henry was born in Les Ulis, a dense suburb of Paris far removed from professional football's glamour. His father, Antoine, who hailed from Guadeloupe, enforced a strict regime of constant training and discipline, determined to see his son succeed. His mother, Maryse, from Martinique, balanced this heavy pressure with a calmer, grounding presence. In an environment defined by gray concrete and high-rise estates, Antoine insisted his young son attend every single training session, viewing sport as a vital escape. At 7, local scout Claude Chazelle recognized Henry's raw speed and natural flair at CO Les Ulis. His development accelerated through US Palaiseau before he followed his trusted coach Jean-Marie Ponce to ES Viry-Châtillon. These early mentors nurtured an incredible talent that was completely obvious to them long before the wider world knew his name. By 13, Henry entered the elite academy at Clairefontaine, turning raw neighborhood potential into a structured, unshakable ambition that would carry him far beyond the Parisian suburbs. In 1994, AS Monaco signed the 17-year-old prospect, placing him under the guidance of Arsène Wenger. Deployed as a winger, Henry had to adapt his explosive pace to the tactical demands of professional football. Wenger immediately recognized a rare football intelligence in the teenager, understanding how to harness his natural speed. As his role in the first team expanded, Henry's confidence grew, and his raw, suburban flair became a structured, attacking weapon. By 1996, his outstanding performances earned him the French Young Footballer of the Year award. The ultimate validation arrived during the 1996 to 1997 season, when Henry helped lead Monaco to the Ligue 1 championship. This title served as his first major professional triumph, proving his immense promise was matched by real achievement. On the Mediterranean coast, the young winger had transitioned from a hopeful talent into a proven winner. In January 1999, Juventus paid £10.7 million to bring the 21-year-old French winger to Turin. Heavy expectations followed the World Cup winner into the demanding world of Italian football. But the defensive systems of Serie A offered no room for adjustment. Coaches Marcello Lippi and Carlo Ancelotti deployed Henry primarily as a wide midfielder and makeshift wingback, forcing him to prioritize defensive work over his natural attacking instincts. Far from the penalty area, his confidence dissolved under the pressure of intense public skepticism. The Italian crowd grew restless, sometimes booing the young Frenchman as he struggled to adapt to the rigorous demands of the game. In 16 league appearances, Henry managed only 3 goals. The poor scoring return felt like a career warning rather than a temporary dip. Confused and isolated on the flanks, Henry found himself facing a tactical mismatch that forced him to confront what kind of player he really was. The escape route appeared on a flight from Paris to London. Arsène Wenger, who had just watched Henry play for Juventus, sat next to his former Monaco prodigy. Wenger immediately challenged him, questioning why he was wasted on the wing and urging him to return to his central roots. In August 1999, Arsenal secured Henry for £11 million, but the initial transition was grueling. After 8 games without a single goal, a doubted Henry walked into Wenger's office with a blunt confession. "Coach, I don't know how to score goals." Wenger ignored the doubt. He moved Henry permanently into the center forward position, transforming his explosive pace from a wide sprint into a devastating vertical threat. At Highbury, Henry learned to time sharp diagonal runs, utilizing signature curled finishes that bent around helpless goalkeepers. Beside him stood Dennis Bergkamp, a creative partner whose telepathic passing unlocked Henry's movement off the ball. In this new central role, the struggling winger vanished, and the King of Highbury was born. Over the next 7 years, Henry turned the Premier League into his personal playground. He became the first player in history to win the Golden Boot 4 times, establishing himself as Arsenal's record scorer in the league era. Opponents feared him, paralyzed by a terrifying blend of raw acceleration and elegant composure. He could decide any match in a single devastating stride, drifting to the left flank before cutting inside to curl the ball into the far corner. Yet, his ruthless scoring was only part of his power. His creative vision allowed him to provide brilliant assists, setting up teammates as effortlessly as he found the net himself. On the pitch, his leadership was forged in emotional and competitive fire, demanding perfection from a squad he galvanized through sheer force of will. Every time he scored, he wheeled away toward the Highbury faithful, raising a single finger in an iconic celebration that served as a visual shorthand for supreme confidence and belonging. By the summer of 2003, Arsenal had developed an aura of complete invincibility. For 38 consecutive league matches, no opponent could defeat them. At the heart of this relentless machine stood Henry, a striker performing at the absolute peak of his powers. He was the undisputed face of the campaign, yet his brilliance was entirely bound to the collective spirit of a legendary squad. That season, he struck 30 league goals and provided 6 assists, executing Arsene Wenger's vision of fluid, unstoppable football. The team operated with a shared, unshakable confidence, turning matches into exhibitions of pure speed and tactical harmony. When pressure mounted during tight matches, their collective resolve never wavered. When the final whistle blew at Highbury to secure the unbeaten title, the achievement represented a monumental footballing landmark. On that afternoon, Henry knelt on the grass, looking up at the fans who adored him. The long road from the estates of Les Ulis to the pinnacle of English football had reached its emotional summit. In June 2007, Henry departed London for Barcelona in a €24 million transfer. The move demanded a complete reinvention. Under Pep Guardiola, Henry had to master a strict tactical system built on structured possession and precise positional play, often sacrificing his preferred central role to operate from the left wing. Instead of driving the entire attack himself, he adjusted to a different footballing language, learning when to drop deep and when to hold his position. He forged a devastating partnership with Samuel Eto'o and a young Lionel Messi, their combined movement dismantling defensive lines across Europe. The ultimate validation arrived during the 2008 to 2009 season, when Barcelona captured an historic treble. By lifting the Champions League trophy in Rome, Henry proved his elite quality was universal, securing a legacy that extended far outside North London. For France, Henry's path was a marathon of absolute triumphs and sudden heavy burdens. Across more than 10 years, he earned 123 caps and scored 51 goals, establishing himself as the nation's all-time top scorer for a generation. The glory began early. As a rising star, he helped secure the 1998 World Cup on home soil, following it up with another victory at Euro 2000. Yet, this brilliant international legacy acquired a permanent shadow in November 2009. During a tense World Cup playoff against the Republic of Ireland, Henry used his hand to control the ball before assisting the decisive goal. The resulting outcry shook his standing, leaving an elite lifetime of service forever tangled with a single moment of desperation. Today, his shadow still hangs over every modern forward searching for that same effortless grace. Henry didn't just redefine a position, he captured our imagination forever. Will we ever see his like again? This is Goal Uncovered.